right, so we got to know our apocalyptic guests. It's been pretty fun so far. But now we're going to get to the meat and bones of our kicking off of, we've got stuff everywhere. We've got mics and all sorts of fun things to remic up.
So while we're remiking, what we're going to talk... Well, we have things on the table. Hold on. There we go.
So come on, follow in, everybody. We're
not even just talking about apocalyptic shows like Jericho or The Walking Dead, but also many shows have their own level of, like... I love you too, sweetheart.
I am quite tasty, I would say.
But also, many shows have their own episodes where they do the apocalypse. From Star Trek to Supernatural to even Babylon 5, various other major shows, always seem to have one episode where we have to see the end of the world according to that show. Many times going to retarded.
It's so popular. I mean, look, even the biggest movie of the previous year, they're already here, was all about the apocalypse and all the fun things. And that seems to be something. Fallout came out, big, huge game. But
the Fallout franchise
what do you guys think is the appeal of the apocalypse in the wasteland?
And if you want to say something, please come forward a little bit so we can hear your lovely voices.
Outside of the fact that it tastes good.
Tasty chicken.
Tasty chicken.
You've been considered foul, my friend.
Well, honestly, I think that from people like me who grew up during the Cold War era, where it was genuinely a fear and something that was trained for, and we actually had to learn about it and everything else, turning a fear into something fun is a universal thing. That's why Halloween exists. It's why, we talk about all of those sorts of things. So taking a fear and making it a solid physical thing that you can then look at and for us play in, I think it makes it easier.
I agree with that. I remember a lot of TV specials back in the 80s and the 90s. America, The Dead Watch, stuff like that, where they did have, like we said, the Cold War was going to happen and Russia and the United States was going to nuke each other.
2 minutes to midnight.
Yeah, 2 minutes to midnight. Yeah, China syndrome.
But why do you think the radioactive war-based apocalypse is the most popular prevalent one?
Actually, I don't think it is.
Well, everything goes that route.
No,
we dress better than you.
Yeah.
Well, you do dress better than me. I am deadly dangerously loving what you're wearing.
I think personally, I think the radioactive apocalypse is the most popular is because it's the most likely to happen. We could have Water World. We could have.
Who'd want to go to Water World?
Nobody wants to go play in the water. And then you get mutant fish feet or something. Like, we don't even know what's under her shoes. She could have mutant fish feet. The only person that could tell us is him.
Mutant fish feet.
But
so
actually,
he likes that little fishy action, huh?
But to
I
me,
had
actually,
fish feet. I wouldn't be good for having babies.
Well, yeah, you would, because you give out a lot of them, like in Finding Nemo. Then the barracuda eats them.
Who?
Yeah, who's Nemo?
He was delicious, trust me.
Okay, as long as he's tasty.
But to me, actually, I would say yes after the 80s, but also one that kept going even during the 80s, the 70s, the Omega Man scenario. The virus that we invented that just wipes out everyone but 1% of the population. Jericho, like I said, the Omega Man, even Fallout has some scenarios where they have a virus that got mutated by radiation, but there's always that virus.
Spoilers, man. Spoilers.
Yeah, you're supposed to say spoilers. Okay,
that was Fallout 2.
You can totally roast him.
No, in Fallout 4, absolutely.
Well, no, but 2 is also where it first appears.
Well, I know that, but
but okay.
They're all the same universe.
So you're still playing 2?
Right. But what I'm saying is,
the apocalypse. I have electricity and everything, so that's more or less what I do all the time: is sit around and play a Fallout 4 while I'm waiting for them to go on the war.
There was no better game than Fallout 4 for you to play.
No.
In the entire time,
I'm just letting you know now. The apocalypse comes. That's it.
Fallout 4.
Fallout 4.
Well, I mean, look at it this way. According to Fallout, the only thing that survives is records from the 1950s.
Well, if you were playing Fallout in the apocalypse, is it technically like playing The Sims then?
Yeah, it's like
yeah, more or less.
Yeah, pretty much.
He has his own character.
Do you know how hard it was to make it look like me?
Decorate.
Absolutely had to get some mods for it and everything.
What's your favorite mod for Fallout then?
Probably the Randy Savage. Not Randy.
That's how you know you're bored in the apocalypse. You're playing Randy Savage in Fallout.
Yep, pretty much. But what about the other?
No, I haven't done the John Cena, but whenever you turn the monsters into Macho Man Randy Savage.
Yeah, the Death Claw.
The Death Claws turn into and they go, oh yeah, as they come at you. It's hysterical.
Only if they have Slim Jims.
Slim Jims.
That's the fingers.
That way you can snap into them. Yes.
You can totally snap into them.
What about the other apocalypses? I mean, we talked about, like I said, we talked about virus, we talked about the nuke. What other virus? Not viruses. What other
Zombies.
apocalypse?
Zombie
Zombies.
apocalypse.
Well,
Now-
you had the one from 100 Days where basically the Earth gets so polluted, they leave the Earth for so long, and they come back and forests have taken over.
Yeah.
You've got the forest
And then it's
apocalypse.
lush, which is great. It's
Yeah.
a
And
great
you
change.
out of a job.
Yeah, I'm totally out of a job at that point, yes.
Well, no, at that point you become a gardener.
Oh yeah.
And
Morton
Joe's,
Joe the
and Morton
gardener,
Joe's delicious
riding his
garden
little
vegetables.
riding
Well,
mower around.
Gardening is good.
Exactly.
But
V2!
Fight back.
yeah, but remember some of the animals that existed? I mean, if you're killing those, I mean, everyone loves you.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
also the one from M. Night Shyamalan where nature starts fighting back and
That was a
killing
lame movie we shall never bring up on
people.
TV
It was
again.
lame, but it is a post-apocalyptic.
But it wasn't M. Night Shyamalan.
The wind kills you. That's
It
the
was
lamest
He was
apocalypse
the director,
ever.
but the writer was Will Smith.
No, that was.
That explains an awful lot.
At first, it was
does.
Will Smith.
No, this is a different one.
Oh,
It's
The Happening. The Happening.
The Happening.
Sorry.
Yes.
That one, no.
Spoilers.
We're never. There's no spoiling M. Night Shyamalan movie because it's stupid
Well,
already.
well, because he already did it. Yeah, exactly.
What a
Yeah, what a
twist.
twist.
What a twist. So, I've always been kind of part and partial to the alien apocalypse. I loved Falling Skies, and I think that would be a lot more fun than having to survive a nuclear wasteland, because at least you're having
War of the Worlds.
War of the Worlds, exactly. Except they lost so lamely. They a
did.
bacteria. Come on now.
But if you
We
think about
develop,
it,
they don't.
yeah. What I was gonna
Makes
say was
sense.
it was made sense because also Native Americans, it's what destroyed them because there was a foreign bacteria that they were not used to.
Smallpox.
Damn you, white people.
And
Oh,
your
wait.
smallpox.
And our
That really gets-
smallpox, and rats and plagues, and all the other fun stuff.
The bubonic plague.
So
Black Plague.
what is your
Plague.
guys' favorite non-apocalyptic series? Apocalypse, like I said, Smallville, all of this, every
I
show.
liked the Doctor Who special with the
Yes.
trees.
Oh yes,
Yes.
the trees that basically protect humanity at its worst. And
Is
then
there
we still
anyone here
further-
who doesn't like Doctor Who?
Yes. No. What? Where?
You're fired.
We eat
That
him
guy's
next.
next.
That guy, you're getting
We
eaten
eat you
next.
Our
Not even
cameraman's like,
classic.
whatever. I don't care. I don't want to deal with you guys anymore.
Not even classic Who, not even Tom Baker,
No,
not
no.
even. Oh,
You
okay.
fail at
we- we use a
humanity.
maybe.
You will die first.
We got a maybe on that. We got a maybe on Tom Baker.
Okay.
Maybe on Tom Baker.
I don't know if maybe,
Maybe
it's
we'll
caught
only eat
under
your
threat
leg
of
then.
death threat. I mean, under.
Yeah, no. If it's a threat of death, you're gonna have to pick one. You're gonna have to pick one, Jesse, before
So-
they eat you
So
by the end of the show.
We won't kill you first.
I call you goldfish, and I'll flush you down the toilet.
Ooh, Reavers. Speaking of,
After
we'll kill you
Reavers.
first.
Yeah.
Reavers, Reavers, great. Those are